Today's episode is brought to you by Olive and June.
Woo!
I love having my nails done. I hate going to get my nails done. This is a phrase that I've tried to incorporate into my life. Is like, I like to make sure I can like the doing and the done. If I just like the done,
that.
Thanks. With Olive and June's gel polish, it's the perfect at-home solution for salon quality nails. You don't have to go to the salon.
What's really exciting about the Olive and June Mani system is that it delivers up to 21 days of flawless wear with high gloss shine that won't chip, lift, or dull. It has a non-damaging removal thanks to the new peel-off base coat and salon speed soak-off system. Say goodbye to the drama of gel removal.
It includes everything you need for a salon quality manicure in one box, and you can customize it with your choice of 6 gel polishes, which breaks down to less than $2 a manicure.
You also get a custom 5-finger LED lamp and their iconic poppy for easy painting with your non-dominant hand.
With their high-performance cleaner solution, HEMA-free, 15-free, and as always, cruelty-free and vegan.
I really love Olive and June, and a couple months ago when we had lunch with Mary, she had on some press-on nails, and you were like, "What are those?" But like in a nice way, like those are so cute.
Gorgeous.
Yes. And they were Olive and June. And then they sent us their press-on nails. And I've been wearing them nonstop since they sent us the nails. Like, they're so cute. They're so, like, the quality is great. They look great. They feel great. They're just cute. And I've been getting so many compliments on them.
I love everything Olive and June has released. Like I've built up the collection at this point, and what I love so much about it is that like when I was like a religiously going to get my nails done at the salon, manicure, pedicure, doing this every so often, all of that. And when I like stopped doing that, I didn't find an alternative. I just like stopped painting my nails. But I also want cute nails, so I love that I don't have to deal with making the appointments, with sitting in traffic. I love being able to like do my nails at home, have them look so good, and also have them last.
Visit oliveandjune.com/blame me for 20% off your first Olive and June gel mani system. That's oliveandjune.com/BLAMEME for 20% off your first Olive and June gel mani system.
Hey friends, this is Audie Cornish, host of CNN This Morning and The Assignment, and guess what? Every story you care about, every angle you want unpacked is now streaming on CNN. That means you can catch my show or other CNN programming whenever you want on your favorite device. And a subscription also gets you access to exclusive video series and unlimited articles. So subscribe to CNN at cnn.com/subscription.
I am so excited for this spa day. Candles lit, music on, hot tub warm and ready. And then my chronic hives come back. Again, in the middle of my spa day. What a wet blanket. Looks like another spell of itchy red skin. If you have chronic spontaneous urticaria or CSU, there is a different treatment option. Hives during my next spa day? Not if I can help it. Learn more at treatmyhives.com.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, welcome to Don't Blame Me.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so happy to have you here as we continue to embark on what I have to say is something I really love that we're doing is our shift in our shows.
Mm-hmm. So what is this show?
This is a show where we give you wonderful, amazing, life-changing advice that some may say, like I just did, it changes your life for better or for worse. That's why the title is Don't Blame Me. And the me applies to anybody giving advice.
And we're also talking current events, pop culture, anything that we want to really. Updates in our own lives.
Yes, and you have a very big update.
Yes, I moved. Look at this empty bookcase.
An empty Kallax?
Yes. So I should have had you while you were here, which we'll get into in a little bit. I realized the movers didn't properly put the legs on the bottom. So I can't put anything on it, but it's also too heavy for me to move by myself. And the thing is, when I moved in, I went around and the movers like, can you check things? And I said, the legs aren't on the bookcase upstairs. So they did this purposely. They did not finish the job because I had specifically said the legs weren't on, like they weren't even on top,
Yes.
like underneath them. So I'm pissed about that.
So the do-gooder said, I'll put the ones on, and then the ones who were like, I'm just trying to get home.
Mhm.
They opted to not.
Yeah. They also made some really stupid mistakes.
Yeah.
As in, I put everything's clearly labeled. There's stickers on everything. I also put things on
your
the walls,
doors.
on the
Mhm.
doors. Why is there a box that says kitchen in the gym? And it's also a heavy box, so I can't even move it downstairs by myself.
They think you're cooking in there.
Right.
They're like, she's absolutely crushing, hot, fiery, sizzling the gym.
Why are there boxes that are marked heavy stacked on top of each other when there's so much room that they can just
There's a lot of room.
be flat?
Yeah, we had a couple of those instances, and then when we were moving, of like things like very clearly labeled in the wrong room. And the one that was the funniest to me was things that they were moving. They were like, do you want this? And Moss was like, yeah, we're moving this. And he was like, okay, because I'll buy it from you. And Moss would like text me and be like, they want to know if you want to sell this. And I was like, no. Like, one of it was my desktop computer. And I was like, okay, do I use it really? Like, no. But like, maybe get his contact info. But like, I'm like not right now thinking about selling.
Right.
It's moving day. We're paying you by the hour. Like, just load it. Just load it.
They chipped something like my bed, which I'm getting rid of that bed anyway, because, I'm getting a king-size bed. And he was like, well, I can glue it back on. Do you have any glue? My shit's packed up.
I don't know. Where is it?
Right.
You tell me.
Why would I just know where it is? And also, if you are moving furniture, why wouldn't you have furniture glue on you? They also just wrap things like a hamper. Why? The trash can. Why are these things wrapped in saran wrap?
Yeah. That I don't know. That I do not know.
Yeah. And I can't really like make a formal complaint because I'm a woman living by myself.
No,
like
100%.
What if they get mad?
And also, there's an aspect of like, it still would have been harder to move yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? So like, it's like, It's in this thing of being like, okay, well, like I did pay good money for this.
Mm-hmm.
This is annoying. This was damaged. This, all of that. But like, also, I'm still going to hire movers again.
Right. I'm not going to hire movers. I've never not hired movers. Even when I was in college, moving apartments, I'd just hire my friends. I'd still pay them because I wanted them to,
do a good job.
do a good job, and I just throw shit.
Well, I already saw your new place.
Yeah, so Megan came over.
Yeah, Moss and I have seen the new place. It looks really good. We did see it a little bit earlier than anticipated.
Yes. I wasn't anticipating anyone until there's a lot of things that I wanted done before people came over, but something arose.
Uh-huh.
And Megan was texting me. You were asking, how's the new place? Like, it was a happy text that you were sending me. And I said, I can't be concerned with that right now because I just got an alert that an AirTag is following me.
Yes. So this is on Sunday night, and Melissa moved on Friday. So brand new. What I had specifically said was, oh my God, I said, how's the new place? Send pics. And you said, too busy stressing about this. And you send the screenshot. And immediately I'm like, what the fuck? And
there are options. I was like, one of the movers did this, or because it said it had been tracking since like Saturday, but it also says that it could take up to 24 hours before your phone reads that it's been tracking you. So it's like, it's the movers, or the night before, somebody was supposed to come pick up a couch from me. I'm like in the house, in my old house. I'm the only person there. It's completely empty. I'm cleaning it up. I like messaged them. They're supposed to come at 5, messaged them at 5:30. Not getting any information from him. Then the next day, his messages came through, which is still odd to me because I was actively messaging him from 5 to 6 o'clock, but I wasn't getting any responses. Like, where are you? The next day, he was like, I'm here. Mind you, I'm inside in my kitchen, which is right by the front door. There's no way you knock on the door and I don't hear you.
No, I can hear the mail slot in that room. Like, you can hear when someone puts mail. Like, you can hear.
When somebody opens the gate, you can hear it. And he also sent a picture of the outside of my house. And it was like it wasn't just like he grabbed it from Google Maps because the trash bags that I had left outside were there. So, like, he was there and he took a picture.
Yeah, and it's important to note that the specific tracking was tracking you between your old place and your new place.
And that's it.
And that's very scary. So as Mats and I are driving home from Home Goods, and we had just picked up dinner, and we're almost home, and Melissa's texting me this, and I'm like going through everything. I'm like searching for all the different things that it could be, like if it's a glitch, like what all of this is, because I recently saw like a whole thing of like what to do when there's an air tag following you, and so I'm like going through my watch history, trying to remember where I found it, and doing all of this stuff.
And she's doing that, and I'm emptying my purse. I'm looking outside. I'm looking all over my car. I'm not seeing anything, and it's also not playing the noise. So there's a noise that's supposed to play. But when I click it, it says you need to get closer. So I'm like, I don't know where's it is.
Closer,
so I'm just
bitch?
like moving all around the house trying to find out where it is.
And as I keep Googling, I end up on Reddit where there are posts that are marked back as far as 3 years ago up until like literally a week ago of specifically single women who have moved, who like most often are living alone, who the day or like within 48 hours or a week of them moving, get a notification that there is an AirTag tracking them and the only two places between their old place and their new place. And I was like, this is so crazy. And there was pretty much, some of them had like some solution where it was like, oh, my neighbor had one who like lived under me, or like I figured it out. But like the vast majority were like, it stopped one day and like I didn't know. I never figured out why it was happening. And it was like people keep coming back to this thread being like, this just happened to me, this just happened to me. And like no one really knows what to do. So at that point, I had sent Melissa this. And at that point, I was like, okay, we're just going to finish eating and we're coming over.
Yeah.
So we came over. We looked all in the car. We looked under the car, around the car, and then
Mats is like sore from golf and shots.
Yeah, he was like, ooh. And then we took Melissa's car without her phone, without like any of her stuff in it, because the car is like really the only, because that's what you didn't walk between your two places. Like that's where it would be if it's showing that you're between those things, if it wasn't on your person, and it wasn't on your person. And so then we took the car, drove around to see if it would connect and flag that like there was one near us or anything like that. And it didn't. And this seems to be a horrifically terrifying glitch that Apple needs to figure out, because beyond the fact that like any time getting this notification like is without a doubt scary, but it is like even more scary when you're already at a vulnerable time, which is moving. Like that is an opportunity for either people to like rob you. They know you're like, hey, that happened to me. Someone's in my wallet. Like there's just, it just is a higher risk situation. And oftentimes when you're like a single woman moving by yourself, there are, again, like strange or people, strangers, like movers, Facebook Marketplace, all of those
anybody
things.
Walking by on the street could have put a tag on my stuff as they're loading, like they had it loaded on the sidewalk.
Yeah, so like it's already like you're already like more on like high alert in those situations. And so for that, I think for a glitch to happen, which I have to assume that like the reason why they haven't fixed the glitch is the reason the glitch exists, which I think is just, it's a Wi-Fi connectivity and like device issue that it doesn't recognize. And as soon as like our phones were there, Melissa stopped the notification. It changed because what I think happens, and I also would urge anyone, like if this does happen to you, like investigate it thoroughly. Like don't just like take the results of what happened with your situation and like some of these people on Reddit that like, oh, it turned out to be fine and it turned out to be nothing. But like every time it should be like thoroughly checked out. But I think what happened was because you moved and you've got all these different Apple devices and you're on new Wi-Fi and all of that, your phone, the things that you're using regularly know it's you. But then there are ones that like you've moved that they're like, oh, I don't remember if this is yours. I don't know who this is until we get there and it's phones that are being used. And then they go, oh, actually, no, this isn't the same level of different phone and different device than these ones are. Those ones actually are yours. And then it stops.
Oh, yeah. And I also updated my address on my Apple products so they knew that this was my new home. I will say, though, the next morning it started again.
Oh my God.
And so, but then I found my watch, and I think it's the watch. I found my watch. Once I charged my watch and it updated to the new address, it stopped and it hasn't come back.
Well, in a totally like probably not logical way, to me that makes the most sense because watches are the most shaped like AirTags. And so they might have the most. And I guess the tracking, because if you think they do BPM, they do all that stuff.
The thing at the bottom is basically an AirTag.
Yeah. So that was... But we got to see your new place, and it's so cute.
Did.
I felt so bad. I was like, that's like just so fucking stressful. And like...
I was so happy y'all came over, though.
Oh my God,
like,
yeah.
The best of the best of the best friends.
Oh, easy. Mott's immediately was like, so we're going
over.
Like...
Even after he checked the car like 4 times, you came in, walked around. He's like sore. And then he's like, I'm going to check it again.
Yeah, he's like, there's some places I didn't think about. And then I'm like, how many places can you find in this tiny car? Him driving your car around was so funny. He was like, the way that we took to try and turn back to your place, the longest way back because he was so concerned about bottoming out. Because he's like, I feel like I'm just like sliding on the road. Like, I feel so low down, and I wondered if he was like gonna love it because there's certain cars he like loves driving around.
He's too big for it.
He's too big. I'm too big for it.
I mean, like any person that's over like 5'7" is too big for that car. That's why I got it. Like when I bought it, it only had 3,000 miles on it because somebody turned it in because he could not fit in the car.
Yes. So I did offer to Mons. I was like, I can drive it if you'd prefer, but I do have longer legs, so that's actually harder for me to do it. But
when I sat back in the car because I forgot that he had been in there and moved it, I just like fell into the car because it wasn't where I was used to the seat being.
Oh, it was so funny because when we were pulling in, I was like, okay. Just remember what her car is. And he goes, I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about what this is going to be like.
Yes. Initially, when I got it, it was like scary, but now I'm so used to it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's how I felt with my Jeep. And I will say, it felt scary, and then I got used to it. And now that I have another car, I'm like, no, that it should have felt scary. Like that Jeep was... You shouldn't feel the wind when you're in your car. Like, you just, like, really shouldn't. You shouldn't be able to be like, oh, I feel like I'm kind of swaying because of the wind. But that was a fun car to have. Not really to drive, but it was fun.
You didn't drive
cute.
it that much, though.
No. Got it.
Because
end of 2019. And, yeah. And then it just all kept dying. I have to get a new car.
We talked about it already.
I know. Isn't that crazy? Time flies.
Yeah.
Time fucking flies.
All right. So we're going to take a break. When we get back, we'll get into some advice.
The holidays are approaching, and everyone knows that this time of year, the sooner you can get things done, the better. For both shoppers and businesses, the best time to score great deals during the holidays is during that Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend. And if you have your own business, whether you've been around the block a few times or this is your first year going through the holiday sale rush, the most important thing you can have is a platform that can handle everything that's about to be thrown at you. This is a crucial time for your business and your customers. And with Shopify, you can be sure that your tools and platform are ready for anything that comes your way. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From household names to entrepreneurs who will be participating in their first Black Friday, Cyber Monday this year. With everything else going on, you probably don't have time to spend hours poring over every little detail in your online store. That's why Shopify's thousands of templates and tools help you streamline website creation and make sure that your site isn't just aesthetically pleasing, but functional and easy to use. Shopify's expedited checkout, Shop Pay, saves customer information and reduces hassle. And the best part is that it's been proven to boost conversions, meaning you'll see less abandoned carts and more profits. You can also stress less knowing that Shopify's award-winning customer support team is on standby 24/7 to help with any issues that arise, allowing you to get back to your business as fast as possible. This Black Friday, join the thousands of new entrepreneurs hearing for the first time with Shopify. Sign up for your free trial today at shopify.com/realm. That's shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm and make this Black Friday one to remember.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Hi, Bald. It's me, Trixie Mattel, skinny legend and board-certified HVAC sommelier.
And me, Katya Zamolodchikova, the sweatiest creature in showbiz, reminding you to subscribe to the Bald and the Beautiful podcast.
Listen as we cover topics as varied as proper bidet usage, celebrity impression tutorials, and a television show I recently watched that I'll base my entire personality on for 6 weeks.
As well as creative pest control, tasty limeade recipes, and fun sex act trend.
We also chat about boobs and movies and wigs and stuff, which is obviously the public service part of the podcast.
So get ready for screaming, cackling, and some occasional educational moments as two massively unqualified queens talk about what it's like to be the epitome of fabulous.
Go subscribe to The Bald and the Beautiful with Trixie Mattel and Katya Zamolodchikova on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you're listening right now.
We are back, and it's time to give you some advice. So if you want some advice from us, your fearless leaders, you can give us a call at 310-694-0976. You can also send us an email at meghanpodcast@gmail.com, or you can fill out the form that we have listed in the show notes and on our socials, or slide into the DMs of our podcast account. So for all of that, you have to be over 18 and let us know your age. Give us as many details as possible so we can give you the best advice possible, because we do want to give you good advice, unless you're looking for toxic advice, in which case, like, specify that, and then we'll happily oblige. And keep it under 3 minutes for the voice memo, and 300 words for the write-ins. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Hello, Eminem. Last year, I, 30 female, had a fallout with my best friend. He is 10 years older than me. We worked in the same place, but it was a very toxic work environment. We work in academia. I started being very vocal about all the issues and actively attacking harassers by reporting them. Some years ago, I got into a big depression and burnout. My best friend was always there for me, and I don't think I could have survived without him. The thing is, he doesn't think that the behaviors I'm denouncing are that toxic. He thinks it's just how academia works. I realize he is actually a part of the system I despise. After several months where the friendship was already fading, we had a big argument over text, and I cut ties with him. He said he will still be there if I ever wish to talk again, but he was also tired of trying to help with my mental health. The thing is, I actually miss him a lot. I miss our friendship, but I still don't know how we could be friends again. I'm in a very good place in my life right now, and I would love to share that with him. Should I reach out? How?
I am point blank. I'm just going to say, I don't think you should reach out.
No.
I think this is one of those instances where, I don't know, like, this is a don't rock the boat guy, which is like just being like complacent in horrible and horrendous predatory shit. Like, this is the issue with, in general, like, people are like, oh, not all men. I'm like, okay, so if they're not the ones doing, like, creating the havoc, if they're not the ones assaulting and doing that, most often they're the ones like this, then that's the alternative. It's like they're the ones doing nothing, and they're the ones like downplaying or whatever. And so, like, I think even him saying, like, you know, if you ever want to like reach out, like, no, it's putting all that onus on you. Like, I think I'm not like opposed to friendship reconciliation, even if, or attempted friendship reconciliation, even if like how it ended was like very poorly, or, you know, there was like a conflict that could not be resolved. If the person who was like the catalyst of that conflict and who like did you wrong is like, hey, I've been reflecting and I like really don't like my behavior. I realized I was wrong and I want to apologize. And then then it can be the cards on your the ball's in your court of deciding if you want to have a friendship with that person. But like in no way is the person who is like complacent in workplace harassment and being like, well, if you ever want to reach back out, and then be like, okay, well, maybe I should reach back out again because I do. Like, you're allowed to miss him, but that doesn't mean that the friendship should pick back up.
Right. Something that the writer told us that we're not including because they don't want it included is that something horrendous happened to the writer.
Mm-hmm.
And the friend essentially is like, that's just how things are. What can you do? Like, I feel like if another man stood up to what happened, then things would be different. And since he didn't stand up for you, then nothing's going to change because they're all company men. And company men don't want things to change because all they care about is their own security and nothing else, and doesn't care about what you went through, doesn't care about the physical and mental anguish that puts on you. That's not what a friend does.
No, this like, if him being like, that's just how academia is, that he has the power to change. Like, that's just, he's sticking with the status quo, like Melissa, because it benefits him. Like, because like it's easier for him. And in general, like when men want to be like pioneers of like feminism, they do really fucking well. Like this is not like oh no, if this man calls out this other man, he will be like publicly shamed. Like he will get in so much trouble. No, that's what happens to women. Like that's what happens to women. Like men, unfortunately, like still hold that kind of power. So to kind of be like, well, I think we just got to get used to it. Like, but sorry, to me is like, I would be disgusted if a coworker did this to me, let alone a friend. I'd be disgusted if a stranger like didn't say anything or do anything when they saw something going on. Again, let alone a fucking friend. And that to me is like, oh, you prioritize your job and your career and everything more than not only like friendships, but like also like your morals and like humanity. And like, I don't know. I really hate this whole like, well, like you should like, that's kind of like how this field works. And I would have preferred if he was like shocked by this and like was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. To me, I'm like, okay, that's like ignorant and naive that you're like unaware of these kinds of dynamics happening. But I'm like, okay, so you got into this work all the while knowing that people like you, men, are perpetrating this kind of abuse in the workplace, and you're kind of just like, well, that's just kind of is what it is. I'm like, so then what? You didn't start in this job to like create a change or like be like, I'm not going to be like, I'm going to be better. And I'm like, you were consciously aware of the status quo and knew going into it, I'm just going to upkeep it. I know it's bad, but I'm just going to upkeep it. As opposed to even like, yeah, pretending to be shocked by this thing or like turning a blind eye. It's like, no, I fully recognize this thing is happening and I'm going to do absolutely nothing to stop it because this is just how it is. And like, sucks, but like, not really that much. Huh?
Yeah. Let's try to I'm sure there's like women's group of women in academia that you can find and meet up with and can share stories. And I'm not saying that you need to be like the change that you want to see, but like I'm sure there are other people that would be on your side and would make better friends, actual friends.
Yeah, and I also think you need to remove like the discussions of like your mental health and like you're in a much better place now. Like it feels like you're putting some blame on you of being like, oh, we couldn't be friends because I was in a poor mental health state. Well, duh. Like from what you told us, that's a cause and effect. Like, of course. And then to be like, okay, well, I'm doing a lot better, and so maybe now we can be friends. If someone can't, you're saying that he was there for you when you were going through like a really poor mental health time, and now that you're doing better, you like, also want to continue that friendship. I think you're viewing that as a burden, and like that as something that was like really hard for him to do when he couldn't even stand up for you in the workplace.
Yeah. So let's find a new friend. I know it sucks when somebody that you trusted betrays your trust, then you can't, you do miss them, but like at the end of the day, he's not your actual friend.
Mm-hmm.
A real friend shows up in the middle of the night
And searches your car.
and searches your car. A real friend would have been with you. Yeah. And a real friend would have been with you during these tough times and wouldn't have got quote unquote tired of you and like listening to you talk about it and knew what you were going through and was just like, eh.
Yeah. Also would have used their privilege. Like,
yes.
Fucking insane. So, yeah, don't reach out to him. But I wholeheartedly understand and know the feeling of missing friends because you're romanticizing the friendship for what it was, not what it is, and like ignoring the reason why you're not friends anymore. So it's a tough thing to deal with, but ultimately, like, the demise of that, if that person hasn't learned anything, if the change hasn't come from them, reaching out to them hoping that they've changed is useless. If they have changed, they will let you know.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we get back, let's talk about the sexiest man alive.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. New players, new games, new rules. Squid Game, The Challenge returns for a gripping second season. 456 contestants from all walks of life, competing in the ultimate test of strategy, alliances, and endurance. For a life-changing prize of $4.56 million. With stakes this high, why make friends when you can make millions? Watch Squid Game, The Challenge Season 2, now playing only on Netflix.
Do you guys hear that? Oh, that's our podcast, Ruin, brought to you by me, your host, intrepid horror movie freak, Hallie Kiefer.
And me, your resident scaredy cat, Allison Leiby. Join us each week as Hallie forces me to listen to the twisted plot of yet another bone-chilling horror movie.
From classics like The Exorcist and The Thing, to the latest releases, to the most disgusting films on streaming. We ruin them all every Tuesday, wherever you get your podcasts.
So come join us, and until then, we beg you, please,
keep it spooky!
From the darkest corners of our imagination comes a game show that's more ridiculous than terrifying. Welcome to Tickled to Death. I'm your host, Roz Hernandez, and I'll be guiding guests through the creepy questions and chaotic games, all to win the ultimate title of Horror Movie Champion. Listen to Tickled to Death wherever you get your podcasts, and hit follow unless you want the show to follow you.
We're back. And guess who's not the sexiest man alive? Blake Shelton. Guess who it's also not? Adam Levine. It's actually, in fact, the People's Princess.
Oh my gosh. Like, they got it right. So right that this is somebody that men and women alike lust after. This is somebody who, seemingly happily married woman, is hanging down on a red carpet, even though he has no sexual attraction towards her.
No. And he's our first openly gay sexiest man alive.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly. Fiyero. What's his character in Bridgerton?
Lord Anthony from Bridgerton. King Eater himself. Sexy, sexy man. Slutty little glasses.
The scientist from the new Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah.
Also, he played an instrument.
In the Jurassic Park soundtrack, he played a clarinet, I believe.
I think it was a wind. I think you're right.
I used to play clarinet. Thank you for getting it right. It's just
we have to say his real name.
Oh, sorry.
She moves on. She goes, "You got enough of it. You understand who we're talking about."
You know who we're talking about.
Who we're talking about is Jonathan Bailey. He is officially People's Sexiest Man Alive. By the way, he's leaning into it so hard in his in the like the little video behind the scenes, like his like cheeky over the shoulder look. And I'm like, thank God. Like I love this. This is so much better than like what I view as the humiliation ritual of Blake Shelton, where Blake Shelton is like, I can't believe I got this, but like I'm still doing this. And I'm like, why are we?
I don't even want to talk about that man.
No, and like we got a beautiful photo
bask
shoot.
In the beautifulness.
We got good outfit, but we got like we got
like
style.
Hot outfits. Even the one he's eating that popsicle.
I was like, thank you. Like, Thank you. And like we have someone who is like, I'm loving this. And like when they were like, how do you think your life's gonna change? She's like laughing. He was like, I think my friends are gonna make fun of me all the time. Like but I loved it. I was so relieved. Like finally. Was he on our list of who we said? We said a couple.
I think last year when it came out, I think we said he should have been on at least the short list.
Yeah, my picks have been, or I would say my current picks, if you would have asked me before this came out, would have been Jonathan Bailey, Pedro Pascal, and Coleman Domingo. Those would have been like my top 3.
And I'll add in Manny Jacinto.
That's shocking. I also would have added in, who's my guy? Tillman from that one movie, but he's actually more famous than that. Trammell Tillman. He's very handsome too.
Yeah, I'm sure Aaron Pierre was up there too.
Oh, totally. Oh, also the
I prefer Kelvin though from the Lion King movie, so he would have been higher on my list.
Oh, you know who I would kill for? Oh my God, it would have been so funny. He would have done it too, and he would have been hilarious. Zach Fox.
Oh, I love that man.
He's
I don't
so
think
funny.
You understand. I don't think he's known enough, but not just being funny, he's smart.
Mm-hmm.
He cares about the people. He's hot. He's musical. Like, that man.
He's perfect.
Is the perfect man.
Which is why it's so ironic that they have him as, like, an absolute idiot on Abbott. Like, but still somehow you love him. Like, you
There's
still
so much
love
heart.
him. He's so charming.
Do you want to do an update?
I could do an update.
This is from the original caller. Their friend did a hate crime. Former friend, I should say, did a hate crime. And they're giving us an update to that because that friend had wanted them to write a little letter.
A character letter.
Mm-hmm.
Not the job reference that they said it was.
Nope.
Hi, Meghan and Melisa. Thank you for the reassurance and advice. I'm the caller who had the friend who committed a hate crime and wanted to answer the few questions you had. I privately wrote more details of the crime in the text field of the form. I will clarify that it was racially motivated, and I had said she had done it alone because what she initially told me was that her ex sent her to jail, so I had assumed he was involved in the situation. Maybe he's the one who ID'd her in the security footage, but based on her tone, I was not expecting it to be completely unrelated to the relationship. Okay, so next, I'm so sorry for forgetting the warning on that explicit message. I was like gagging as I was saying it because I don't talk or joke like that at all. I'm going to provide the context for that, but I want to emphasize that I know it's super weird still.
I'm scared.
About 3 years ago, I had matched with the boyfriend she was referring to in that text, which she sent about 1.5 years ago. He had matched with another one of her friends too, by the way, but I believe her intention was to be like, every time he does XYZ to me, it should be you. But it grossed me out because I had exchanged like 4 neutral messages with this man, and at the time had even shared with her that I felt 0 physical attraction. Also, I was already in a long-term relationship with my current partner when she sent that. It's not the first time she has sent explicit messages, but I had perceived them as just oversharing and not having boundaries. But that one in particular really put me off, and this is now in the period where we're not even close anymore. My therapist had tied that together with other patterns she picked up on to come up with her theory. I don't know that I believe it, but as you said, it's ultimately irrelevant to what she's done. It just added to all my emotions that week. You guys were right about if I examined our prior friendship closer, the subtle digs from the past would become more clear to me. I know she was probably always this person and just hid most of it. She had never indicated to me that she was bigoted in any way. I am very outspoken left, and she has presented herself the same way. Our 10-year friendship really started when she helped me break up with an abusive ex and helped me with the fallout. A situation she now mocks just to hurt me. We had been a support system for each other, and she often said I was like a mom to her and she looked up to me. So, for me, the current version of her is a 180 for her to have so much hate. You're also right that my boyfriend deeply hates this woman and said he was just waiting for me to give up on her returning to how she was.
Like, obviously, it's bigoted. It's also just, like, losery. Like, that's such a weird... That's, like, middle school boy like
shenanigans.
yeah, like the kind like edgelord shit of like trying to be like tough. That's I never even Wow. Wow. I have to say the context really didn't help me at all.
It helped me to see what she did. Still don't understand why. She's a loser.
No, but like the sexual message part, like that to me.
Oh, that part. I thought you meant the hate crime part.
No, the
that
hate
we
crime
got
helps. I'm glad
privately.
we know. We privately now know what it was.
But
the sexual message part, the context.
no, doesn't clear up anything.
Nothing.
I stand with your therapist. She's in love with you.
Yes, and I think that like you're saying that you have like examined this, but like it does still feel like a 180 to you. I think to me the clearest aspect that there's more for you to unpack is the fact that you think the context adds truly anything. Like it is like so it feels like entirely unrelated to it. Like there is no okay, step 1, step Z. Like there is no through line to this or connection. So to me I'm like, okay, yeah, that I feel like you're still, you know, maybe have not examined the aspects of it further. And like even your boyfriend being like, yeah, I was just waiting for her to kind of like go back to how she always was. The biggest key to me though is you saying that like she was like really there for you getting out of an abusive relationship. I think you need to start viewing this less as like friendship wise and like more so as people who get into other abusive relationships while escaping an abusive relationship, because people prey on that and like see that vulnerability and like are able to like be the knight in shining armor and like save you and do all of this kind of stuff, when in reality that's just being used as another abuse tactic, and then it ends up in that way and you're like, well, how, of course not, this person couldn't do this because like they helped me through this, they know this isn't like they know that this would be hurtful to anyone, but especially to me. Like this to me, like that feels like an opportunistic friendship that like it manipulative.
Yeah, and then her saying that you're like a mom to her when y'all are basically the same age is weird. That's
so
very weird.
Yeah,
weird behavior. But like saying that you're a mom to her, but also saying that she wants to
yeah, don't say it, but yeah,
come in your mouth.
Ah!
I don't see how the two are correlate with each other. I don't see that. What's her relationship with her mother?
That was my follow-up question. Yeah, this to me is like, it feels like a 180 to you, maybe even because like you're in therapy now. Like you have like a boyfriend who seems to be grounded in reality. Like you have like these other grounding forces in your life that like show you like, oh, her behavior actually is not normal and like maybe has never been normal, but this is just so far off the scale for her already like wonky fucking behavior scale that it's undeniable at this point. But like there's just like no way that she has not been this is like even like like not just like mask off for like who she is, how she is or whatever, but to me like the constant lying about stuff or like the withholding information, manipulating information, be like, oh, my ex-boyfriend got me into jail. Like that was all of that kind of stuff. How easy some people are able just to like lie. Then I start questioning the interactions that I thought were normal. Then I start questioning the other stuff that seemed like very like run of the mill. Because I'm like, if you're so comfortable and it's so easy for you to like quickly lie like that without like raising flags, and especially when it's something that you lie about that is like going to be found out, that's when I wonder how much of you has ever been truthful. Yeah, but good riddance to this friendship.
I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. I'm also, I also feel you of like missing a friendship with somebody that you were incredibly close to and incredibly vulnerable, but this bitch isn't it.
I'm shocked. I didn't, obviously, like any categorization of hate crime is bad, but I don't know what, like, I was still shocked to see, or even just to hear of this person be like, yeah, I was like racially motivated. Because I was trying to find a loophole in my mind. I was like, can arson be a hate crime? Like, but no, this is just a old-fashioned hate crime. I'm speechless.
All right, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the incredible Tuesday that we just had.
Mm-hmm. God bless America.
This podcast is dedicated to my younger self because she really needed it. She couldn't keep a man or a job. Welcome to Broco Therapy. I'm your host, Stephanie Megan.
I'm your co-host, Rose McAleese.
Every week we dive into dating, sex, and relationships. We are not professionals, but we bring professionals on the pod to give us some advice. Listen to Broco Therapy wherever you love to listen to podcasts. Therapy is too expensive, but this podcast isn't. Broke girl therapy.
Goodbye, Kyle.
Did the sound of those words call to you like Pavlov's dog? Then you might enjoy our podcast, Turtle Time.
Every week, you can join me, Riley Hamilton, and my co-host, Amy Scarlatta, as we cover the most pressing Bravo news and dig into the new episodes to answer important questions like, who the hell is Adrian Malouf in this world?
Listen to Turtle Time on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Wednesday and Friday.
There are vampires out there. They're beside you in the darkness, but what people don't understand is that they're not monsters. They're just going to work, living their unlives. But we are a dying breed. Those who came before me, they are fearful and are not content to sit back and just disappear. And they'll do anything to fix that. From the creators of Parkdale Haunt comes Woodbine, a podcast about monsters, dreams, and changes, those you want and those you never saw coming. Season 2 arrives September 24th, distributed by Realm.
All right, we're back. And we're going to talk about, the last year has been very difficult. It has been like, wake me up from this nightmare that we already woke up from. Why are we back here?
No, it's like the worst deja vu you've ever experienced.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I felt. It's like Groundhog Day in a horror movie where you're like, I already did this. Can we not do it again?
And now it's 20 times worse than it was before.
Yep. And it feels like you're having the same conversations because you're like, okay, this was the consequence of this action. And it's there's a collective amnesia and everyone's angry. And you're like, what is going on?
Yeah. So, everything's pretty much sagged to historic lows. But on Tuesday, the American people delivered an unmistakable message. The tide is turning, hopefully. And so, we all need to stand together and keep this going. All across the country, Democrats won big. From the marquee races to the down ballot contests, these weren't just moral boosting victories. These were structurally significant wins that exceeded the blue wave signals of 8 years ago. So if we want to go look at states, Abigail Spanberger in Virginia and Mikey Sherrill in New Jersey cruised to double-digit victories. And they also were roommates.
And they were roommates?
Yes.
Wait, that's so cool. I did not hear that.
Yes, and these margins were robust. They were powered by familiar, crucial base. The suburbs came back roaring. We can't rest on our laurels. Everybody has to get out and vote for everything. Counties that had shifted right just a year ago veered back to the left. Spanberger's stunning performance in places like Prince William County, winning by nearly 34 points, is proof that our message is resonating where it matters the most. And the wave didn't just stop at the state lines. In Georgia, Democrats flipped 2 seats on the state's Public Service Commission, the first non-federal statewide wins for a Democrat in almost 2 decades. And in deep red Mississippi, we cracked the GOP's supermajority in the state Senate. These are the quiet wins, the ones that build long-term power. And here in California, voters passing Proposition 50, we secured 5 additional House seats before the 2026 midterms, a necessary strategic counter to the GOP's redistricting efforts, which now they're like, I'm going to sue California, then sue Texas.
Mm-hmm.
This was done by the people. Texas was just done by the government.
Yep.
This is what the people wanted.
Prop 50 passed in, and I can't stress to people who don't understand how major this is. If you watch reality TV, maybe you'll know how major it is. Prop 50 passed in Orange County.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know we got those Republican races saying, now this is too far for me, actually. That is so fucking impressive. It passed in other beach city. And I'm like, this is shocking to me.
Yes. And in case you don't know what Prop 50 is, it affects the United States as a whole because Texas redistricted itself to take away seats away from counties that are majority Black and brown. And so our governor in California was like, okay, well, let's counter that then. Let's do our own redistricting, gerrymandering, if you will. But this will be the choice of the people, not the choice of just the governor saying, nah, we're doing this.
Yep. So I'm thrilled. Thrilled that it passed. I was optimistic, but I was also like delusionally optimistic in the fucking election. So I was like, okay, maybe I don't have my echo chamber is comfortable, but like maybe it is echoing much louder than I think it is.
Because of the way that, I like to vote in person. And so the place where I went to vote, you couldn't park anywhere. That's how many people were there. And so I parked like I should have just walked from my place because that's how far away I had parked.
So that's comforting. I would have felt confident after that.
So many people, this was the only thing on our ballots. This is the only thing people were voting on.
I opened the ballot being like,
oh,
yep, that's it. I forgot. That is it.
That's it. And so also, for some reason, my current address is not registering at the voter stuff. So I have to go somewhere and do it because I was trying to change my address and she could not pull it up.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah. So, that happened. There's also like other historical things I talked about what happened in Virginia. We also have Ghazala Hashmi, who became the first Muslim woman elected to a statewide office in the U.S. We have Mamdani, who doesn't? I mean, there are people that don't love this man, but people that agree with us, who doesn't love this man? Became the first Muslim mayor of the largest city in the country, New York. And then also in major cities nationwide, we saw progress. Detroit City Council President Mary Sheffield became the city's first woman elected as mayor. She's also a Black woman. And then in Boston, Mayor Michelle Wu won a second term. So I think all these victories prove that women are shattering the glass ceilings and leading the comebacks across the political spectrum. And, we got to keep pushing. And how do we achieve this? The through line in every single race, from the moderate gubernatorial wins to the election of Democratic Socialist Mayor-elect Mamdani, it was simple. Affordability. People want to be able to pay for food and shelter. Voters went to the polls with deep worries about the stagnant economy and the high cost of living. Our candidates focused on kitchen table economics, on driving down the cost of housing, food, and especially healthcare. We know that the refusal by the administration, the GOP, to negotiate on expiring Affordable Care Act's subsidies is scaring people, and we spoke directly to that fear. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries was right when he said affordability was definitely the decisive issue. And while Republicans are already trying to portray our victories as a choice between communism and common sense, we know that the real choice is between a party that ignores rising costs and a party that is actively fighting for bigger paychecks and lower bills for American families. We also saw promising shifts in voter demographics. Exit polls showed Democrats improve their margins with non-college educated voters. That is a critical data point signaling that our economic message is breaking through the noise and reaching the working class families we need to win. Republicans woke up this morning to a shellacking, as Senate Majority Leader Schumer put it. This should be a 5-alarm fire for them. They face serious challenges turning out low propensity Trump voters without him on the ballot. As one GOP strategist warned, they get all the damage with none of the benefits. For us, This is not a moment of celebration alone. It's a moment for relentless focus. We must use this renewed energy, this hope to organize, to register voters, and to keep our eyes locked on the issues that won us these elections. We must lean into the politics of solutions, the politics of practical change and accountability. So Tuesday, we saw a clear vindication of our strategy. Now let's go to work and turn this turning point into a lasting majority in 2026 when we have the midterms.
I'm just like so relieved that finally we've stopped being the party of trying to lead by example, of like doing everything that's like, okay, well, if they're gonna abuse the system, we're gonna abuse it back to retroactively fix that. Like I'm so glad. Like I saw even some people who are not from the United States having criticism, being like, why are we supporting gerrymandering for the Prop 50? Like that's like, that has like caused so many rigged elections in my home country that and they do all that, and everyone's like, for sure. So he's doing that already. So this is undoing that. And it was like, well, then just pass a law. And I'm like,
who's going to pass the law?
Who? They have it all. Like, that's like the idea that this is like, there is a right way to go about it has been like the Democrats' downfall for so long, because it's like, yeah, there is a way by the books to do this. That is like that is how you're supposed to do it. It's how democracy works. Right now, not democracy. You can't fight this with just, well, we should lead by example. We should, if they're going low, we shouldn't stoop to their level. No. Sometimes I actually need you, Gavin Newsom, with your shovel. I need you to actually dig under and go under and be like, yeah, and he's the perfect man for that. Like he's ready for that. And I'm so happy. And I've heard like other states are talking about, was it Pennsylvania talking about doing the same thing?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is like, yes, like, oh, yes, we can, this is your game, this is your rules, we will do the same thing then. We'll do the fucking same thing. And it just makes me like so happy, because it feels like something to do. Like it feels like there's something, in general, a lot of the time with this stuff, like it can feel really hopeless. And I have never felt more, I haven't seen such a better sense of like community and like people wanting to show up and like wanting this kind of change. And that's the stuff that threatens fascism and his presidency more than anything, is like not only the wanting to do better, but like showing up for that, and community working together. And I'm trying to be cautiously optimistic, but I'm being optimistic without a doubt.
Yeah. Me too. Because the other end, it's not productive for my mental health.
No, not at all. And there's nothing to do then. Like if it's like, hey, it is what it is, then I'm like, okay, then I'm just stagnant in this like awful, horrible, sinking feeling that like, that does nothing. That doesn't prevent that thing from happening, and it just makes me feel like shit.
Yep. So I'm shifting my mindset, and, I love this country, because if I didn't love it, then I wouldn't care. Yeah. So that is where I am right now.
Yeah. And this country is the people. Like, it's just, we're on a fucking floating rock on land that was stolen. Like the borders and like the parameters of like what that is. But like, fundamentally, like I care about like the people here, and that the money I happily pay into my taxes is going to the people who need it and going to the things that are important and the things that matter. And yeah, it's just, I feel a very strong sense of like, I don't know if it's patriotism, but like a sense of community with the American people. And
it's patriotism. We should be reclaiming that.
Yeah. And like, that's what that feels. It's what it feels like. And I'm like, I'm getting that Olympics feeling all over again, where I'm just like, we are here in this together. Though I will say I did have a wee bit of a downward spiral when I realized that Mondamne is a naturalized citizen, and therefore
he's born in Uganda. He cannot run for president.
That was hard. That was a hard hill to swallow. So, but I think, I don't know, there's also, I think, something like really inspiring and motivating about someone who cares so much about this, like that this is he can't run for president, like, and he cares this much. It's not, a lot of the time we'll see people use it as a stepping stone, and a lot of people can have their qualms about Gavin Newsom, but like Gavin Newsom fucking loves California. Gavin Newsom and
this country. He
Yeah.
wouldn't have done the gerrymandering. He wouldn't have proposed Prop 50 if he did not love this country.
And people were like, oh, he just wants to be president. I have known this man. He has existed in my world my entire life. Like, he loves and has done so much for the state of California for us to be able to be at that spot where we have the financial aspects of this to know the kind of control that we have. And so I'm just, I think that I think that specifically the next generation of like younger politicians, I think that it's going to be a lot of people with a lot to prove and different ways of doing things. So just thrilled about it. Also, Montomy's the first person to hold office who met their wife on Hinge. And I was like, wait, that's actually...
As far as we know.
No, they reported it. That's what they said.
You don't think like somebody else has done it and they just don't want to talk about it?
I think they've had different... I think it's been there've been arrangements. I don't think it was Hinge. I think there were less... I think there were emails, and I think there were phone calls, and I think there were strings being pulled. I don't know that it was an algorithm like that.
Yeah, so that's our episode.
That's our episode. We hope you enjoyed. I hope you got out there and was able to vote. I am anxiously awaiting to see all of the influencers who threatened to move to Florida if Cuomo didn't win. I'm so excited to see that. I would like to send my sincerest apologies to Florida for that movement.
It's Florida.
Oh, for sure. But like, we've got someone in Florida. But yeah, we hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to write and call in if you need some advice. And God bless America, baby.
God bless America. Join us on Thursday for Ben and My Watching. Bye.
Bye-bye. This is a Sister Sign production hosted by me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa D. Montz, plus Diamond Imprint Productions.
Post-production by Coco Lorenz.
Production assistance by Melanie D. Watson.
And music by Ryan Hunter and Giacomo Picasso.
The Regency era. You might know it as the time when Bridgerton takes place, or the time when Jane Austen wrote her books. But the Regency era was also an explosive time of social change, sex scandals, and maybe the worst king in British history. And on the Vulgar History podcast, we're going to be looking at the balls, the gowns, and all the scandal of the Regency era. Vulgar History is a women's history podcast, and our Regency era series will be focusing on the most rebellious women of this time. That includes Jane Austen herself, who is maybe more radical than you might have thought. We'll also be talking about queer icons like Anne Lister, scientists like Mary Anning and Ada Lovelace, as well as other scandalous actresses, royal mistresses, rebellious princesses, and other lesser-known figures who made history happen in England in the Regency era. Listen to Vulgar History wherever you get podcasts.
Hello, beautiful. It's me, Bert Bukowski. I'm here to tell you that The Bert Show premieres Tuesday, November 4th. The Bert Show is an incredible show filled with comedy, music, games, and interesting people answering stupid questions. You can subscribe to The Bert Show wherever you listen to your podcasts and watch episodes on the Forever Dog YouTube page at Forever Dog Team. All one word, like martini.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, Tom.
Okay, so you want to tell him, or you want me to tell him?
No. I got this. People out there.
Yeah.
People, lean in. Get close. Listen, here's the deal.
We got big news.
We got monumental news. We got snacktacular news.
Yeah, after a brief hiatus, my good friend Michael Ian Black and I are coming back.
My good friend Tom Cavanaugh and I are coming back to do what we do best.
What we were put on this earth to do.
To pick a snack.
To eat a snack.
And to rate a snack.
Scientifically.
Emotionally.
Spiritually.
Mates is back.
Mike and Tom Eat Snacks is back.
A podcast for anyone with a mouth.
With a mouth. Available wherever you get your podcasts.